afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Are you excited or what? Yeah, I'm about to do this, okay? So my name is Carlos. I am a partner and lead teacher at Wagon Lisbon. And usually, do you know who hosts this day, the demo days? Sharon, okay? So, we are going to see Sharon right now. Sharon is not in the US. Do you think she's in the US and she lives in here? So, unfortunately, Sharon cannot be here, and she has a word for the students. And let's start with that. So let's see what Sharon has to say about this match.
It's demo day and I'm not there. Guys, I am so sorry that I can't be there for your demos. I just wanted to take the chance to say congratulations and to break a leg. Actually, right now it's Tuesday and you guys are all downstairs frantically coding. And, you know, frankly, I won't tell you this now, but you guys have already achieved what you set out to do. You challenged yourself, you learned a new skill, you made new friends, you're working in a team, you're building a product. I mean, you're totally out of your comfort zone, and you've done all of this in 9 weeks. So if you're sitting in the audience and you're freaking out because of the demos that are about to come up, don't. You've already arrived. So I just want to say thank you. It was a pleasure getting to know this group of students. You guys are the most diverse batch we've ever had come through Lisbon with 50 nationalities, which frankly, you know, it made us a little bit nervous at the beginning, but it has been a pleasure seeing you guys work together and support each other and challenge each other and, well, of course, joke around. So thank you. I really enjoyed the summer with Batch 86, and congratulations once again. You guys are awesome. Bye.
So guys, I'm really sorry for that, so Sharon cannot be here. So instead of a girl from Texas, this time we have a geek from Alentejo. So this batch we are going geek. There's no problem, and that is the new sex. Okay, so why we are here? So we are here because of 26 students that are sit down across the room. So we have students from where? From Japan, from France, from Italy, from Portugal, of course, from Iraq, from Oman, from Iraq, from Syria, from, I don't know, who is missing? Netherlands, for Neil. Okay, who else? USA, United Kingdom, New Zealand, okay, Germany also. So guys, we are here because these persons wanted to change their lives. So they wanted to learn a new skill, okay? They came to learn with us. So we are Wagon, or as the American says, Wagon, or you can say Wagon, as the French says, because it was created in 2014 by 3 French guys. Okay, they are really cool. And now they are spread into 23 different cities, 3. So Lisbon, Barcelona, also Paris, Tokyo, Bali, and so on. The batch, it's a 9-week coding bootcamp. It's the same everywhere, okay? So the syllabus and the structure of it, it's the same everywhere. And what we try to teach is to bring new technical skills to creative persons. So if you want to build your own products and you don't have the skills to do it, or you don't have the money to buy the persons that do, please join Wagon, okay? Because we teach those technical skills. We teach from the backend where they can store their data using SQL, then they manage to work with that data using Ruby on Rails, and then they present that data using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, okay? But that's just the first focus of Wagon. Wagon it's higher than that, okay? We focus also in the different mindset. We try to teach them to do the alignment between technology and product. Because what they are going to do today, they are going to pitch you products. They are not going to say, oh, look at this button, this is really cool. And by the way, the code to do this is these lines. They are going to show you a product, they are going to try to sell you a product. So, today you are going to see 8 groups with 8 different products. They are going to do a pitch, a presentation of 5 minutes. Okay. Just a small disclaimer before you start the demos. I know that's why you are here, to see the demos or to see me talking. The students, I'm sure that they are not here for that also. So, who here is a developer? Okay? Cool. Okay. So for you, you know how hard is this, okay? Learn something from scratch, a new language, and to present a new app after 9 weeks. It's really, 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 really hard. For those of you that are not developers, try to think with this analogy. So try to think that you need to learn a new language, let's say German, from scratch. You don't know shit about German. And you need to learn everything that you need to do for 9 weeks from now to be on this stage and to have an argument in German with somebody that is fluent in German. That would be really difficult, right? Now imagine that it's not just one language, it's 5. Okay? SQL, Ruby, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Like those guys are doing. So it's really hard what they accomplished. It's really intensive. I want this message to pass. Okay. So let's start the demos. So, usually I start my lectures with music.
And jumping.
Also, I jump a lot in my lectures, it's great. And recently I also bought a guitar. But I'm not that crazy that I can bring the guitar and play for my students. That would be awkward. And really painful also, because I don't play anything. But what I found is that it's really difficult for me to find a specific place where I can find tips to play specific music in guitar. And I think that the next group is going to help me with that. So that group is Bitwise. It's composed by Mark from the USA. Woohoo! Richie from New Zealand. And Flip from Portugal. So big applause for Bitwise.
Hi, hello, good evening. So 9 weeks ago, I came to Lisbon to dedicate all my time to learning how to code. But actually, I'm a classical guitarist, and I'm used to spending all my time practicing the guitar. And now that the 9 weeks are over, and I haven't had much time to practice guitar, I'm a bit worried. I'm afraid that I'm a little rusty and I'll have some doubts about my playing. So I told Philippe and Richie about my problem, and they're both musicians, so I was hoping they could relate to it. And we came up with the idea to create a website where guitarists can post a video asking a question, and other guitarists can respond with a solution or feedback or a tutorial to help them out. So that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to say, working on a piece by Barrios. And Barrios is a Paraguayan composer. Barrios, yeah. Can you give me some help? Perfect. And then I'm just going to go right on through the next step. I have a YouTube link ready, so I'll just paste it in. There we go. Perfect. And there it is. There's my video. And now all I have to do is wait for another guitarist to come and comment and give me some help.
So that would be me. So imagine for a moment that I'm an actually good guitarist. Just imagine, picture it in your head. And I like to help people. I like to make them improve and get better at being a guitarist and a better musician, ultimately. So what I found Gitwise. And what am I going to do? I'm just going to scroll down, see what's going on, see what people have been posting. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Let's go back up. Yeah, I like Barrios. Barrios is cool. And I like Mark. He has a nice face. Come on, look at him. Can we just hear a bit of Mark playing? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But there's something missing there, and he needs help. So that's where I come in. What am I going to do? I'm just going to comment. There you go. And I have a YouTube video already prepared because we're super cool and super prepared. Perfect. Beautiful. What am I going to say to Mark? So, hey, Mark. Here's a short tutorial. Here's a short tutorial. I hope it helps you. Cheers. Why not? I feel British today. So I submit it, and now Mark can see my video. So, actually, I thought that Mark's question was pretty good. It was pretty interesting. I like Barrios, I like Mark. So I'm just going to upvote his post. So he gets a reputation. That's always good, isn't it? And now, so that Mark can get more help, I'm just going to share it on my Facebook page. There you go. Adnan. maybe it's Adnan who's posting, but it's okay. It's fine. And I think that Mark is a pretty cool guy. Come on, look at him once again. Once again, look at him. So I'm just going to go to his profile, and I'm going to follow Mark. I am a bit of a stalker, doesn't matter. So, yeah. And now, I would like to introduce to you the brain of this operation, our CTO, Mr. Richie.
Thank you, Philippe. So I just want to talk a little bit about the product. We're going to go to the About page on the right side of the navbar. So we, as a team, us three, we've worked on this product for the past 2 weeks. And we really believe in this product because as musicians, we learn and help each other by listening and playing for each other. And on any other forum, usually, like for example, Stack Overflow, you just type some code and type a question. And that's really helpful because other people can see your code, you can see other people's code, and you know exactly what's going on. But for music, we really do need videos. And that's why we built Gitwise, so that we can post videos to each other and help each other all over the world. Thank you.
So, music is one of my passions, but what I also really like, guess what? Sports. Before Benfica, I like sports, okay? So I really like sports. Benfica, true. Since you mentioned, yeah, it's true. But I really like to play, for instance, football. If I have a ball to chase, I can run for an entire afternoon. Or if I have friends that run with me, or my girlfriend that runs with me, I can run, not the entire afternoon, but for 2 minutes, you know, for 1 hour probably, okay? But if I don't have anybody, really, running alone for me doesn't work. I just run for 5 minutes and I'm bored, really bored. But probably the next group have something for me. They are the Rerun. So they are composed by Alexandra from France. Fernando from Portugal. Kieran from New Zealand. And Mohamed from Syria. So a great applause for We Run, please.
Okay, hello everyone. So I have a first question for you. Who in this room is running? Who likes running? Oh, lots of runners. So this is my case too. My name is Alexandra. I'm French. I live in Luxembourg. And I arrived 2 months ago in Lisbon. And I wanted to continue running, but I had no clue where to find nice places to run. I didn't know how to meet people to run. I didn't know anyone when I arrived. So this is how the idea of We Run came, this is a platform to help runners finding runs happening in a certain area. So I will show you how it works, and I will take the example of, for instance, if I want to go in today's running in Sintra, because I heard it's a very nice place in Lisbon, in Portugal, sorry. So I see on the map that there are lots of runs happening around, so which is already a good news. And I will check the one on the seaside. It's something we don't have in Luxembourg. So let's check that one. So 12 kilometers run, fine for me, a bit challenging, but it's good. 7 minutes per kilometer for the pace, because this is important. I don't want to run with someone who is too quick for me, too slow for me. So this is nice. Then this is happening tomorrow at 3:30, so I will relax after the demo. So I will decide to, and I see also the person, sorry, that it's organized by Fernando. He looks okay, he has a good rating. His pace is a bit faster than the run organized, but it's fine. I will request him to join the run. I can see again the details to make sure everything is fine, and I will submit my request. So we will now go on Fernando's side to check his dashboard. And we can see that he received my request, and he's free to approve it or unfortunately decline it. So good news, he approved. We can go back to my side on my profile. And we can see that the seaside run organized by Fernando was accepted. And it's not like at the beginning where I didn't know anyone and didn't know where to go to run. Now I have lots of runs planned. I'm very happy, and my issue is solved. So one more thing, I really wanted to thank Kiran, Mohamed, and Fernando for this fantastic teamwork and good spirit. So thank you.
So guys, not having company to run is one less excuse for me to do not do it. But okay. So each batch, it is always happens. So the previous students from the previous batch just asked me, so how are the students this year? Are they better? Are they funnier? And since I'm a little bit of a jerk, my answer is just yes. Yeah. They don't give me half the they don't give me thanks. They don't give me half the work that you did. But besides the jokes, the truth is that each batch is special because of the persons of that batch. Okay? Are the persons that make the batch, not the staff. Okay, and this batch is also special because of the 4 refugees that we have. And the next group, .access, is going to give us a different approach on how can we see the skills that those refugees can bring to society. So the group is composed by Amira from Syria, by Maria Sol from Italy. So they are going to present to you .access.
Good afternoon. I'm Amira. I'm a Syrian student living here in Lisbon. 6 years ago, I left my country, Syria, and I came to Europe to study. And the war is still ongoing. Meanwhile, I met a lot of Syrian refugees, and I really learned about their adversities in Europe. And I found that often in hosting countries, refugees are spending a lot of time doing nothing, waiting for documents, and even struggling to have an access to job markets. Either because they don't know how to find an opportunity within the really the huge number of restrictions that are posed on them, or because that is the task of the humanitarian organization that usually takes too much time till they achieve that goal. So I felt really painful when I realized the reality. And I felt that I need really to find a solution for them. So this is why me and my colleague Maria Sole decided to create a dedicated online platform for linking refugees with professional opportunities in host countries. Through this platform, we wanted to create, or we wanted to contribute to social and economic, to address the social and economic dimensions of the refugee crisis. And what we wanted since the very beginning, we thought that we had a very unified vision that is characterized in this sentence. The minute a refugee has a job, that is the minute they stop being refugees. So this is why we wanted to make refugees, we wanted to transform refugees from being refugees to employees. So this is why we have, on one side, refugees who have qualifications, who used to have professions before they became refugees, and at the same time they are willing and they are really eager to polish their skills and to find work eventually in host countries. So this is why they will need such a platform. On the other hand, there are a lot of companies, like Le Wagon, for instance, that are really eager and willing to contribute to the refugee crisis and to help their country cope with this crisis. At the same time, to create a stream of social change in the country. So this is why they will need .access. So I'm going now to explain to you how .access works. Let's imagine that I'm a company and I have already created a profile on this platform. I'm now signed in, so I'm going now to show you how I can offer a job through this website. So I'm going now to find, exactly. So I'm going now to create a job offer. Let's imagine that I'm searching for a Ruby on Rails web developer. The location, say Lisbon. And the description. So I'm going now to submit it to the platform. So this is my job offer. And I can see at the end that now I don't have any applicant. So I'm going now to see my own profile as a company. So all of these are the job offers that I have submitted on this platform. I'm now going to imagine that there is a user who is a refugee who is going to create a profile on this platform and are going to use it for searching for a job. So we are going to search. Now I'm signed in. I'm going to search for a job. So I'm going to search for Ruby on Rails web developer. And I found this job offer. I'm going to see, according to the description, I think I'm interested in applying to it, so I'm going to apply. Here I have to submit my personal motivation. So here I'm going to submit the job application. So I have here notified that I have already applied and my status is pending, and this is my personal motivation. I'm going now to see my own personal profile. So this is my own personal profile, and I will see my job applications. So these are the job applications that I have already made on this website. I'm going now to return to the company account. And I will check that job offer that I have already submitted, and I want to see how many applications I have received. So I received this applicant. I'm going to check and to see the profile. So this is the personal motivation, and here I'm seeing the profile of this person. I think that I'm interested in this person, so I'm going to accept here. And in this case, I'm going now to return to the user account. So I'm going to see that I have been accepted. So Meaning accepted means that we started to open a bidirectional communication path between refugees and companies. And in this case, we will not need any third party, which usually it is a humanitarian organization, to facilitate that reach out and communication. And in this case, we are saving time and potential that usually are wasted for several years indeed. Thank you.
Really cool. So next, we are going to see a project that can be an example of a person that can be on this platform as a refugee. So Abrar from Iraq, he only had 3 days to work on this app, and the app is amazing. So great applause for Abrar.
Habibi. My fiancé in Sweden, please. Hi everybody, I am Abrar from Iraq, 27 years old. I complete my college in my country, computer science. I come to Turkish, then in Greeks I register in a relocation program. Then I stay 9 months in border between Greeks and Macedonia. It's nice days. yeah, we keep tent, okay. After that, we come to Portuguese. I choose this country because the people muito simpática. yeah. Every time I talk to people, I tell them my country very, very rich, have many oil and a lot of money, but inside very poor. Here, people very poor or middle east. But inside very, very rich. Muito rico. See? See? I want to tell you why I make this website, because when I take metro, the people say, oh shit, Arabic. What the hell? I catch my hand and go to hospital in the middle night. I take taxi, say, you're from Indian? I tell, no, I'm from Iraq. Oh, Saddam Hussein. I tell, okay. Don't worry. I make this website to talk with people, to show people the Arabic lecture, because the social media make Arabic just bombing. When I say someone, he say Allahu Akbar, boom. Okay. I make this website to divide it something. International movies and Arabic movies. We say, hey guys, we have movies. Don't worry. Seriously. Okay. And I show them, I have it, I did the website, have a search if you want search. You can search about everything if you have. Same Papai. We in my country, we have many actors, they copy from American movies. We're cheating, not just movie, everything. Don't worry, you can, yeah, guys, don't worry. You can see. You can see this movie, and I like it. This movie, I like it, this movie. And if you don't have same, I search about Titanic. If you want, back to homepage and write Titanic. I don't have in my database. Go to IMDb to see that. And can you see here? And if you want, back to homepage, you can, okay. You can add any movie. You make login, sign up before, add login. And you can add movie, new movie. And you have title for movie like Titanic. And bring from YouTube the link of Titanic movies, not Titanic. And take picture, and we want to put the length of the movie Yeah, Titanic. Good. And we choose the picture of Titanic. You can put or not if you want. And we select here international or Arabic movie. International, okay, not Arabic. We have it copy, don't worry. And okay, but not like Rose. Okay, if you back, you see that if you go to a profile and my movie, yeah, click. Okay, shit. Guys, refresh the page, please. Why I say check? Why? I don't need. Okay. Titanic, yeah. We have it. You can see here. Thank you very much.
So sometimes it's really hard to connect with the students. So the students are always complaining about the teachers, but for us, it's also really, really hard to connect with them. That's why I always play music, or I talk about Benfica all the time for them to wake up. And next team, I think that can have something that will help me to communicate better with my students. They are the Pepito team, and it's composed by Francisco and Manuel from Portugal. And Gabriele from Italy. So great applause for Pepito.
Pepito.
No.
Very dynamic. So, hi everybody. Me, Gabriel, and Francisco, as students, we came up with ideas to solve the problems between teachers and students. And of course, the main one is communication. So, have anybody here have ever had a problem between your teachers' communication, your platforms for university? Yeah? So, for Pepito, our main target is to solve those problems. So we came up with the idea of becoming a platform for universities and a good user journey for their users.
Hi everybody. Before coming to Le Wagon to Lisbon and doing this awesome bootcamp, I was teaching in Italy privately mathematics and physics. And I had the very big problem of communicating with my students because every weekend and during the week I had to write many emails, write on WhatsApp about communication, about scheduling a new lesson. And right now I think with Pepito I will do everything in just 3 minutes instead of staying all the Sunday trying to organize my lesson. So here I log in and I can enter the subject I'm gonna teach the next week. In this case is math. So I can enter my subject, and it's amazing that I have everything in just one page. So I have the messages by the student and by the teachers. I have the slides. I have the communication, the exercise, and many other things. I already created the thread for next week, so for week 3. And I have to add new students because for next week, let's imagine I'm gonna have some new students. So I can upload a very, very simple Excel file with just the email of my new students, upload it, and my students will receive an email and a notification, this file. So just a file with a student's email for every row. And my new students will receive a notification and an email, and they are officially enrolled in my subject. I also want to organize my next week, so I want to come back to my week 3, that is the next week, and add a new message, because I had to communicate my students that the next exam is going to be on Friday. So I can tell them, I can send a message to all the students saying the exam will be on Friday. And I think, okay, maybe I can also say a welcoming message to my new students. I hope they're gonna be well with me. I can also then upload some files and some exercise that they can do during the week to prepare for my new exam. I can notify them all, or if I want, I can also send messages specifically to one student. In this case, I tell them that I'm gonna insert a PDF with exercise for the week, and I want to notify them all, so they're gonna receive an email and a new notification on the website, and they can start doing exercises. I say exercise part 1 for my next exam, and I create the message. The message will be posted on the thread, so on week 3. And students can see the message on the left, and on the right can directly download my new exercise. And I think this is awesome for me, because as a teacher, I really had the problem to communicate one by one with all my students, and this was really annoying. In Italy, we are lazy as you are in Portugal, so every Sunday staying hours to communicate on WhatsApp to trying to decide and to organize the week was really hard. So for me, it's awesome to have something and in just 2 minutes communicate with every student I have. So I can log out now and just go seeing some football, some Milan that is always gonna win and it's gonna be fine.
So
thank you.
For me as a student, and of course being a Portuguese, I'm lazy. And probably you don't know, but my memory is shit. So I'm always targeting my friends to see where is the next exam gonna be, or what's the next exercise for the specific class. But with Pepito, I don't need to chase my friends all the time. I just have to log in on my page. Here I have all the main subjects and a message that tells me, oh, I have 3 notifications. The 3 of them from Gabriele. Thank you.
I don't teach yoga. Yeah. That's false.
So I just have to access them, and if I already read them, I always can archive them. So if I archive them all, they all go to a specific file that me as a student and having no memory at all, I can always go check them again on the archive file. So here they are. But as we can see, I have a new exam on Friday, so I better go on the subject page. And here they are, the last messages from my teacher. On the week 3, I can go there, and I already see that my teacher posted some exercise for me to do. So I just have to download them, do them, and if by any chance, when I see them, I just do them. By any chance, if I have some doubts of the 3rd exercise or the 4th exercise, I just need to make some message for the teacher. I put it. I don't want to send them all to the TAs and the teachers. I just want to reach Gabriele, and I send them, hi teacher, I just need to know how to do the 3rd exercise, something like this. Yeah, thank you. And I create the message. The teacher will eventually go to the website. He will see the notification from the student, and he will quickly reply. So Pepito has their main target to save both teachers and students some time. In time for us now it's precious. So it will create for us a better life and a simplest one, efficient one.
Thank you. Papiro.
So that would make my life easier as a professor. And as a professor, as a teacher, what I really like to do is to teach. Okay? I like to be in a classroom and teach. What I don't like to do is to fill summaries. Okay? And if I could, I would exchange that with teaching. I wouldn't just teach. I don't like to be on the tools just filling in the summaries. But that is not possible. Or is it? So let's see the next group. It's the Barter. And it's composed by Finn from Denmark and Genki from Japan. Applause for Barter.
I'm also a little bit from France. Hello everybody, my name is Finn. And my friend Genki here at the keyboard, he is a really good surfer. And he's also keen on learning the French language. I, on the other hand, is interested in learning to surf. And I know quite well the French language after I've been studying that for a number of years. So, okay, but what if your friend is not the one that you can exchange this knowledge with, right? So you want to learn something, and you can teach someone something else, but it's not necessarily your friend. So we made a solution for that. A solution where you can exchange anything without money. Welcome to our Barter. We all have knowledge. We all have knowledge to share, and we also all can need a helping hand. So let's have a look at this solution. So I'm curious to see what's going on our Barter. And we get right to the page with all the proposed exchanges. So let's have a look. We have, there's a lot going on here. Absolutely. Okay, let's stop for a second. Let me introduce to you some of the users that are already on our Barter. We have Sarah. She is proposing a meal in exchange for a meal. She will cook for you today, and you can cook tomorrow. We have Carlos. He likes movies, but what's the point of buying another movie, right? You can just exchange it with someone else. You have seen it, then now you can look at another one. Let's see what else is going on. We have here, for example, Astrid. She's an older lady. She wants to learn the computer. And in exchange for that, well, she will cook you a very nice meal, right? Very nice. Okay, so let's have a look at my dashboard. I've already signed in. I've already some things that I'm proposing. I have some DVDs. I can help with computer basics, and I can help you fix your garden. I can move the lawn. I can help you with that. So, but I have more to offer. So when I come back to France, I'm going to propose computer programming as well. So let's add some hours of teaching programming. Let's go ahead and add that. Yes. And I also have a Blu-ray disc that I already watched, and I can show you exchange that for another movie. So let's add that as well. Okay, great. Now I could actually start proposing exchanges. But what I want to do is to see if someone else is interested in some of the stuff that I have. So let's go back to the exchanges. Okay, let's have a look. I think there is something going on quite close by here on the map. Let's see what that is. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, Carlos is proposing a Blu-ray. Exactly what I needed. Let's go ahead and accept that exchange. Fantastic. Okay, let's scroll down on the images and see if there is something interesting. There was Astrid let's stop with Astrid. She needs computer basics. She needs help. She wants to set up Skype so she can talk with her grandchildren. Let's help her with that, and in exchange for a really nice meal and probably a good story. So let's go ahead and accept that as well. Okay, great. Now I'm going back to my dashboard and to see what has happened. And now you can see that I actually have a meal in my entries, and my computer basics have gone down by 1. So there's actually something going on. Let's go down a little bit on the page, and we can see the exchanges that I have accepted from me here. But I have not yet proposed an exchange, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to exchange some work in the garden, and I have decided that I want to try to get some yoga classes because that's really relaxing. So I'm going to add for one yoga class in exchange for an hour of gardening. Doesn't that look like a good idea? Absolutely. So I can add a small description. And then we are going to propose this exchange. That's also true. Yoga is very complicated for a guy like me because I don't know, I'm stiff like a plank. But okay, very good, excellent. So now we can see that the exchange that I propose is on top of the list, and other people can, if there is someone needs the gardening fixed and knows something about yoga, well, we can exchange. Okay, very nice. So we have one last thing we want to show you. And that is that internationalization is very important for us. So we started by making Barter in 5 languages: Japanese, Danish, Arabic, and French. So let's have a look. Let's have a look in Japanese. Okay, very nice. So let's, click on the card. Yes, click on the card. And we can see that the text we just wrote in English is now translated into Japanese. So the site is completely in Japanese. Okay. So we can take a look. So if you don't like English or you like your native language, you can actually use the website in your own language. Okay. Thank you very much. Let's go back to the main page. Absolutely. Thank you. So. Yes, English. Exchange anything without money. Share the knowledge you have. The more you have of knowledge, the more there is for everyone. Thank you.
Two-man group. 2 weeks, amazing. So with this, I will definitely exchange some of the coding lessons that I can give for financial advice. So recently I bought a home, so I would like to know if I had a good deal or not. I think that the next group would allow me to do that, and allow me to check if I have done a good deal or not. And when they pitched me for the first time the project, I was like, shit, this is going to be really hard to implement, really, really hard. And these guys did it, and they were one of the groups that did it by themselves completely. They didn't ask us for help about anything. It was really, really, really amazing. So these guys are going to present us a community where experts can create simple templates to help us to make better financial decisions. Okay? So it's composed by 4 guys. Yeah. So it's Charles and Gaito from France. An applause for them, please. Amir from Oman. And Niklaus from Switzerland. So one final applause for the Briefcases group, please.
So sometimes in life we face difficult financial decisions. For example, whether to continue renting the apartment we have or whether to finally buy it. Or for example, whether to continue our professional job or whether to stop and take a break and go back and have an MBA. These are difficult decisions, but they're also difficult for the providers or service providers that are in the equation as well. How can they best access you? And that's what Briefcase IO is trying to solve. It's going to help these kinds of businesses to better access their customers and help them make better decisions. So let's check out the demo. So I've been thinking of buying a property in Lisbon lately, and it just so happens that Airbnb has sent me an email. And they have a form here that I can fill out, and it promises me to have some analysis about it. So it says here, I'm thinking of buying a flat in Lisbon. Let's put in 150,000 for the price of the flat. And given its location, I suspect that I could probably fill it about 4 nights out of 5. So let's put in 80%. So the average nightly rate here that I expect, let's say 60 euros. And finally, I expect the operating cost to be around 200 euros. So let's click submit or see results and see what we have. Okay, that's nice. So after 5 years, I can be 40,000 euros more well off as compared to investing in that money to buy the flat in the financial markets. So that's great. So I'm going to add my name in here and get them to follow up with me in the future about this. Perfect. But I wonder, how did they make this form?
Well, this is exactly what Briefcases.io is about. So say I'm working for Airbnb and in Lisbon, and what I'm noticing every year is that there are many tourists coming to this great city, and actually not enough flats and not enough people who are hosting these tourists. So my goal is going to try to get these numbers up. So if I'm using Briefcases.io, I can essentially create a new case where I'm going to compare to any possible clients that I may have and that I may want to send this form to, 2 cases. One, where they use their money to buy a flat in Lisbon and actually rent it out, and the other one where they just invest their money safely in financial markets for a constant return. And I'm going to want to make sure that I send this form to anyone who may be interested so that they realize that they should host an apartment with Airbnb. So in order to build this form, we're going to have to follow a few steps. In the beginning, we're going to have to actually define the text that the user is going to see when he's going to fill in the form. Then we're going to have to do the output message, which is going to be whatever result he gets when he presses submit the form. And then the next couple of steps will be about actually looking at the business case, defining it, and playing around with it. So here in this first step, build a form. We're building the thing, and we can essentially write plain text, which is things that you're going to see, or define input fields, which is information we're going to ask whoever fills in our form. So actually, we've already prepared a bit of a text, which is the one that you've seen already, about buying a flat. So let's go to the next step. Now we're going to define what the user is going to see when he clicks submit. So we're going to want to tell him, well, here's the difference between the scenario where you buy a flat and the one where you put your money in the financial markets. So after a period, which would define to be about 5 years later on in the case, here is how much money you can make extra by actually renting your flat. All right, let's go to the next step. There you go. So this is where we actually use what the users have given us in terms of information when they filled in a form to create variables that we're interested into. For instance, I want to know how much money I can make in a month if I rent my flat. Well, what is this built of? Airbnb revenue is going to be the occupancy expressed as a percentage, so the proportion of the time where my flat is actually being rented. And then we're actually multiplying this by the amount of days in a month, which averages out to be about 30 days. And we're multiplying this by the nightly rate. How much money a night am I making? And that's how much money a month I can get. Awesome. So we add this variable. Perfect. And in the same way, we can define how much money a year you would be making if you invested your principal in the financial markets. All right. So here we're going to say return on investment is how much money you invested in your flat multiplied by an interest rate, which we're going to assume is about 5%. Fantastic. All right, let's move on. So now we can actually test our data and put in example figures to actually see how our case would behave in different scenarios. So here we're going to fill it up with the same kind of numbers that we put in the beginning, and then start building our actual case. Now this is where we compare the two situations. So here I'm going to look at two scenarios, the one where we invest in Airbnb and the other one where we invest in financial markets. So monthly, if I invest in Airbnb, scenario A, I'm going to get revenues, which I defined just before to be monthly revenues, and we know it's going to start from next month onwards, and it's going to keep on going for a period which we said to be 5 years. So let's put 5 years. In the same way, Amir is going to define how much maintenance costs he's going to get from paying Wi-Fi and electricity bills and gas bills, and how much return he would make on financial markets. But the point I would like to stress is that this really can be applied to any kind of business cases. If you're selling cars and you want your clients to buy cars instead of using public transport, well, you could add a line saying, well, this is how much fuel is going to cost. This is how much maintenance you're going to pay. Or if you're pitching Le Wagon and you want to tell your students, well, you're going to make your money's worth in this amount of time because your average salary is going to increase by this amount. Well, you can input this in these cases. This can really be applied to anything. Fantastic. So here we're finishing this case. We're seeing how the graph evolves over time. And we're going to soon be able to see, given the data that we inputted just above, the example data, how would the case look like to a user who filled in our form in that way. Fantastic. Let's move on. So here we see clearly that after a short amount of time, it's going to be much more worth it to actually buy a flat and rent it. This is the dark blue curve. So this is perfect. This is exactly what I want as someone renting Airbnb. I want people to notice that soon they're going to make their money's worth. So I've got a URL which I can now send to anyone and send to my clients. And as they fill in this form, I'm going to get track of their fillings. I'm going to get a record. So if we look at this other case that we built, we've got already a few records of people filling our forms. And we can contact them, because after the form, if you remember, they gave us their email address if they were interested. So, I mean, whether you're renting flats, or whether you're selling cars, or whether you're pitching Le Wagon, use this platform to actually get people on board without actually meeting them. You're going to save time, you're going to save money. Use Briefcases.io. Thank you very much. If I could just get Gaëtan and Niklaus on the scene again, because they did an amazing job. And if you guys could, and Amir, come back. A fantastic team. It was great working with them. Give them a great round of applause as well. Thank you.
Such a potential. This group, it's amazing. The product that they have, it's really, really, really cool. So the last group, they are last for a reason. They are last because we know that if they were not the last, basically you would spend the rest of the demos just playing the game. Okay? So this is something that you usually don't do at Wagon. It's a game where you need to check which celebrity wrote a tweet. It's really, really cool, and you are going to be able to play it later. So they are the Hearsay team, and it's composed by Adnan from United Kingdom. Charlie from the USA on the keyboard. Tim from the Netherlands. And Gonzalo from Portugal. So big applause for the Hearsay team.
Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
I gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day I die, I'ma touch the sky. Gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly.
Good evening. Okay. Let's try again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Adam. I hope you're well. In 1968, Andy Warhol famously declared, "In the future, everyone will be world famous for 15 minutes." And that future is now. Through Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, we're all famous. But no one told us about the risks. No one warned us that paparazzi would disturb our acro yoga sessions whilst we're trying to enjoy a gluten-free yogurt. No one warned us that our clouds would be hacked and our nudes would be released to the public. No one told us it would be easy, but no one said it would be so damn hard. But maybe there's another way. Maybe there's a way for all of us to become world famous, but without any downsides. And I know that seems impossible. And for a very long time, it was impossible. But Andy Warhol couldn't have predicted this. The way is today, the future is now, and the future is Hearsay. So Hearsay is a very simple game. You guess which celebrity tweeted what, you win points, you discover parrots that look like celebrities, and you win more points. And it's so simple, let's have a live demonstration. As you can see here, the tweet is in the center of the screen, and there are 4 potential answers with a time bar on the left. All you do is guess the tweet, you guess which one's correct, and the faster you guess, the more points you have. And so tonight we're going to play a very special round. Before we do, we actually have a surprise for you. So for tonight, for one round only, we're going to give away custom-made, limited edition Hearsay t-shirts. These are not available commercially yet, and all you have to do is as soon as I'm done reading out that tweet, you just have to shout out the correct answer as loudly as you can and as quickly as you can. So do we all understand the rules? Okay. Let's get ready to party. There are 3 ways to cook a hot dog: boil, grill, and I just discovered by accident, dry clean. Okay. Okay, it's actually Conan O'Brien. Who got that one? Okay, please give that man a t-shirt and a round of applause. All right, let's go to the next question. Remember when all we had to worry about was Ebola? Good times. All right, we had a lot. Oh, unfortunately, it's Conan O'Brien. Did anyone shout Conan O'Brien? All right, no takers this round. Remember, you have to shout very loudly. Rocks, paper, sicker. Okay. Oh, it's Ryan Lochte. Very nice. I think that was Mr. Charles Cazals. Reward that man with a t-shirt. A bird pooped on me. Oh, it was Harry Styles. I'm not sure anyone got that, but good guessing. Oh, you got it? Okay. All right, well, a t-shirt for her. Well done. Woo! I do apologize. The acoustics. Okay, next question. Do identical twins have the same exact DNA? Like if one twin murders someone and leaves their DNA, can the other twin get blamed? It was Kim Kardashian. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a tie. They can share the shirt. It's a large. Okay, so you're taken to the results page and you get a personalized quote from our parrot, and those with a keen eye can maybe recognize which celebrities these parrots resemble. So you have your cumulative score here, and let's click through and see our user profile. So the cool thing about Hearsay is that you can use it to meet other people. So you can view your game history, and let's search and try to make some new friends. Oh, fantastic. We have many users in our database. So I like the look of Gonzalo. He seems like a friendly character. And because I like Gonzalo so much, I can follow him. And you know what they say, no friendship is real until it's Hearsay official. So, perfect. And maybe let's check out the leaderboard. So we have a couple of new parrots for you here today. And for those of you who don't know, and I assume you do all know, earlier in the week we announced the start of our inaugural leaderboard race. And so for whoever finished on top of the leaderboard at the end of the week, they would win something very special. So could you please give a very warm round of applause to Maria Sole? And a quick photo to memorize. Thank you very much. So there it is. What a night, what a night. Oh God. I'd just like to thank the Academy, Harvey Weinstein. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. No. On a serious note, thanks very much to Wagon, all the TAs, and especially Carlos and Shannon, because without their hard work, Hearsay would not be possible. So a round of applause for Wagon. And also a quick mention for our batch 86. I think we all know deep down we were the best batch of all time, so props to batch 86. Okay, yeah, round of applause batch 86. And I can't leave without mentioning our intern Tobias, who's currently in Nairobi. It's a shame he missed out. So, okay, but for Tobias. So actually, to close out, we have one final surprise for you. Could you all please check under your seats? Okay, there's nothing there. You've been great. Thank you and good night.
Are they fun or what? Jesus. Great job, guys. Great job. So this was it, guys. This was all of our demos. So to all of our guests, the audience, thank you very much for coming here. Please enjoy the food, enjoy the drinks. We have the room until 2 a.m. We are going to have music. We have the DJ Cyril. Where is he? Okay. And to the students, guys, let me just say a few words now. This is the cheesy moment, you know. and you know it. And so this day is always a mix of feelings. So on the first batch, I didn't know this, but then I started to feel it. It's basically, we are really proud of the students because it's really hard. The last 2 days are crazy because they are on a deadline and they need to present. And everything went well. Congratulations, guys. Breathe now. It was really cool. My girlfriend is there, man. Come on. Let me finish, okay? This is about to end. So, since this day is also, for some of us, the last day that we are together. So, for that reason, it's kind of sad, okay? So, let's enjoy the evening. But the last thing that I want to say to you in public, to my students, this is not the end, okay? So, we are a community. We are a community. So all the slides, all the lectures, all the exercises, solutions, they are available for you forever on Kit and on Car, okay? So please use them. Slack, you are going to have access to Slack forever. Use it. The previous students from previous batches, they are witnesses that all the staff, we answer their calls. So every time that you have a doubt, just please Slack us. You cannot open a ticket anymore. But you can Slack us, okay? Just send the message on Slack and we'll try to help you. So before I call everybody to stage for the final photo of this batch, let's just see a video about it, okay?
last order that you're going to have from me. Batch 86 to the stage, please.